ready to play Simon Says Extreme! You know the rules. You have to do whatever Simon says to stay in the game. If you don't do what Simon says, or you do something Simon doesn't say, then you are out and must sit down. Even if what Simon says doesn't match what you see on the screen, you always do what Simon says when Simon says, Simon says. Simon says, stand up. Simon says, right knee up. Simon says, right knee down. Simon says, left knee up. Simon says, left knee down. Simon says, both knees up. Simon says, just kidding. Seriously though, put your right knee up. Oh, Simon didn't say. You're out if you put your right knee up. Simon says, duck. Simon says, jump. Simon says, dodge right. Simon says, dodge left. Simon says, duck. Simon says, jump. Simon says, dodge right. Simon says, dodge left. Simon says, duck. Simon says, jump. Simon says, dodge right. Simon says, dodge left. Simon says, duck. Simon says, jump. Simon says, dodge right. Simon says, dodge right. Ooh, who dodged left? If you did, then you have left the game. Simon says, jump. Simon says, dodge right. Dodge left. Simon didn't say. If you dodged left, you are out. Simon says, stand up. Simon says, put your hand on your hip. Simon says, put your leg out to the side. Simon says, point down at your toe. Simon says, point to the sky. Simon says, point back at your toe. Simon says, point back up to the sky. Simon says, keep it going. Wow, you've got some sweet disco moves. Now freeze. If you froze, then you're out. But if you're still disco dancing, then you are still in the game. It's speed round time, and Simon wants to invite everybody back into the game. So, Simon says, everybody stand up and stop dancing. Simon says, both hands on hips. Simon says, duck. Simon says, arms down. Simon says, jump. Now right knee up. Oh, too bad. If you raised your knee, you're out. Left knee up. Ooh, if you raised your left knee, you're out too. Simon says, right knee up. Simon says, freeze. Simon says, stay frozen. Simon says, unfreeze. Put your knee back down. Simon didn't say to put your knee down, so unless you have your right knee up, you're out. Simon says, dodge right. Simon says, dodge left. Simon says, hands up. Hands down. If you're standing with your hands up, you win! Simon Says, great job, everybody! Thanks for playing Simon Says Extreme!
Stand strong in a broken world. Have faith when doubts creep in, knowing God will be our strength. Stand strong in the hope He brings. Have
Hey everyone, I'm Megan. And I am Jessie.
Oh, Jessie, that is a pretty impressive tower you have there.
Aw, thanks, Megan. I've been working on it all day. Oh no!
Oh no, Jessie.
Oh no, my tower! I worked so hard on it and now it's destroyed.
Oh, it's okay, Jessie. I can help you. We can work together to rebuild your tower.
Yeah, but our new tower won't be as good as my old tower. My old tower had a secret spy hole.
Well, maybe instead of one secret spy hole, we can build 2 secret spy holes.
That's a great idea, Megan.
In today's Bible story, God's people also had to rebuild something, the temple. Let's listen to learn more. A man named Zerubbabel led God's people back home to start rebuilding God's temple. First, the priests made the altar and gave offerings to God. Then, workers made the foundation, or the bottom, of the temple. When the foundation was complete, the people shouted and sang songs to God. God is good. He is loving and always will be, they said. Not everyone was happy, though. Some of the older people remembered what the first temple had looked like long ago, before it had been knocked down. The people were sad and they cried loudly. The people kept working, but after a while their neighbors said, "Stop building the temple." So God's people stopped. Building the temple was hard. Maybe God doesn't want us to build it, they thought. But God did want his people to finish the temple. God sent prophets to talk to the people. The prophets said, "Keep building. God is with you." So God's people started to work on the temple again. At this time, King Darius ruled over the land where God's people lived. Darius put a helper in charge of the land where God's people lived. And the king's helper saw God's people working. He asked their leader Zerubbabel, "Do you have permission to rebuild this temple?" "Yes," said Zerubbabel. The helper sent a letter to King Darius to find out if Zerubbabel was telling the truth. The letter to the king said this: "Dear King Darius, the people here are working hard to build the temple to their God. They said King Cyrus said they could build. Is that true?" King Cyrus had been king before Darius. When a king made an important decision, someone wrote it down on a scroll. So Darius looked for the old scroll. His servants found it. The scroll said, "Let God's people rebuild the temple." God's people had told the truth. So King Darius wrote a letter back to his helper. He said, "Do not bother the workers at the temple or try to stop them. Give them anything they need." The king's helper obeyed King Darius's order. God's people kept building, and soon the temple was finished. The people celebrated the Passover and thanked God. God's people rebuilt the temple so they would have a place to worship God. Years later, God sent his son, Jesus, to be with his people on earth. Jesus gave us something better than the temple. He gave us himself. And Jesus is with us wherever we go.